Welcome back. Well, we had our legal eagles, and now when we get through the politics, I love to get down to the good stuff, the new economy, and tonight we have one of the world-renowned experts in that space. We have Kiana Danial with us, and Kiana is a world-renowned cryptocurrency expert. She's the CEO of InvestDiva.com, and she's also the author of Cryptocurrency for Dummies. Kiana's coming to us tonight on Skype, and Frank Morano joins me here in the crypto segment. Kiana, thanks for giving us a few minutes tonight. I'm sorry you're on Skype. We got to get you in the studio. Tell us what's going on with you and what's going out there in the community as you see it.
For those of you who are in this field, you know that the blockchain technology is the blood and the heart, basically, of cryptocurrencies. If you say, for example, let's say, comparing email and the internet, email is a byproduct of the internet, but you can do a bunch of other things on the internet. You can watch porn, you can do whatever. But with blockchain, it's the same thing.
We don't usually get the porn into the cryptocurrency segment, but I like it. Kiana, one of the things that I've been trying to do from the very beginning with our audience is keep them aware, keep them educated, so that people can start understanding, hey, if you're going to invest in this, at least educate yourself. Know that the risks are very high, the rewards could be high. But I think one fundamental thing that we've been trying to pound our audience on, Frank, is that the blockchain is really the main event, right? And Bitcoin and these other cryptocurrencies are use cases, but most people don't understand that they're two separate things. The Bitcoin trades on the blockchain with a number of hundreds and now maybe thousands of other use cases. What do you specifically focus on Crypto for Dummies to bring your readers up to speed?
Right, so that's exactly what you said at the beginning. That's exactly what I focus on, because the reason why we saw the bubble and the burst in 2017 is that people were just getting in it with no education at all, just based on FOMO and fear of missing out. And that's the reason why it went all the way up. And I know so many people who bought at 20,000 and watched their asses just vanish in front of their eyes within a month or so. So number one is education. And as you said, exactly, blockchain is the real deal. That's what people should be focusing on. It's something like, if you consider cryptocurrency as some sort of a cross between an asset like a stock and a currency like the US dollar, then you have to do the fundamental research before you get yourself into it. You have to understand the blockchain behind it. You have to understand its use cases and does this blockchain, even if it's super awesome, is it really going to need the cryptocurrency? So those are the questions that people should be answering. And those are the things that I cover in my new book, in Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies.
Is there a way to use the blockchain technology to enable things like internet voting in a safe, secure manner that's not going to be hacked?
100%. That is one of the main reasons why I actually got interested in it, because of the whole shenanigans that has been going on about our elections and fraud and whatever that is going on. It is not going to go happen now. If somebody tells you, hey, go vote on the internet, it's not happening yet. So don't fall for that. But that is absolutely one of the best use cases for preventing election fraud and making it easier to vote.
Do you view the fact that cryptocurrency can be used to trade with countries that you can't simply wire cash to as a reason that cryptocurrency is actually going to be more likely to thrive?
Right, that is an excellent question. And the fact is that I believe cryptocurrency is going to be mainstream very soon, but the US is going to be the last place that is going to really adopt, because it's the place that has the highest level of democracy and people really don't see the use cases for cryptocurrency.
Talk about, if you could, how important it is for innovation and entrepreneurialism to thrive using blockchain.
Right, so that is when the US comes into play, because that is what the US is about, capitalism and entrepreneurs who want to thrive. And I think that is the hook that we can get entrepreneurs and the US really on the blockchain and cryptocurrency wave. Fortunately or unfortunately, the regulations are getting stricter and stricter in this area, especially in the US. But I think eventually at least within 10 years, we're going to see real magic happening within the blockchain technology, and we're going to see the survivors, because right now we have over 2,000 cryptocurrencies. Not all of them are going to survive.
Yeah, there's too many. And Frank, we've been talking about this for a while, that the last, maybe 14, 15, 16, 17, it was like the Wild West out there. There were ICOs, there were utility tokens, there were all these products that were maybe legal, not maybe legal. And we kind of been talking all along about we want some regulation, because once the government puts some lines around and says, well, here's what you can do, then you can really start to innovate. I think that's coming.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering, do you think the explosion in different crypto exchanges and different uses of the technology is part of what's led to the much ballyhooed, much talk about dip in the value of Bitcoin? I'd be curious what both of you think about that.
Well, Danielle, I think the government regulation, this is one time as a free market capitalist, where I think regulations are actually good, because there's some bright lines where you know where the boundaries are. And I think as regulation gets a little more clear in the US, that's when you'll start to get some institutional adoption.
Right, absolutely. And I agree with you, because regulations are important, I think, for mass education, because now people are scared. They got in without education, they got burned, and now there's got to be something to motivate them to come back in. And it's the regulations, because now they're like, okay, I don't know anything about it. Or maybe it'll be my book. We'll see. But if I educate them enough to get back in, but they need something, because they're scared right now, especially in the US. I'm for it to some extent.
So give us, it's early 2019. Give us your forecast for the great advances we'll see in this year in blockchain and cryptocurrency, in your view.
Right. So the good thing is the crypto market crash really helped the technologies focus, because in 2017, everything was going up so fast, they didn't have time to really enhance and optimize their services. We saw it with the exchanges like Kraken. They didn't have the ability to serve all the people because it was just happening so fast. So now that they've had this time to focus on the technology side of things, I really think we're going to see upside, if not in 2019, maybe the year after. I personally believe that we're going to see another shift to the downside when it comes to Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies before the real massive bullish movement begins. But I think we can only go up from here, and this is just the beginning.
You heard it here first on What's the Deal, that one of the world-renowned experts and author of Crypto Investing for Dummies is telling you, when you're doing your homework, be ready for another dip. Recently, Bitcoin has popped its head above 4,000. There's been some nice price action. But I tend to agree with what she's saying, that this thing's going to come down a little bit more, stabilize. And I think the longer it stays at these levels, Frank, even coming down a little bit, it builds some support around a real price range. And these big spikes to 15 and 20,000, that was all hype.
Well, as a layman, and I know we're short on time, but my question for both of you, I think, would be, if you're not as educated in this as you guys are, how do you know where to put your money? Let's say you're interested in cryptocurrencies and you want to diversify your portfolio with some sort of an investment in that. Where do you go?
Well, if you ask me, you go to investdiva.com, and there you can get all the advice and counsel you need, broken down into regular man or woman form, stuff that you can understand, make it simple for you at home. And you're watching What's the Deal. We're always here to break down what's the deal. And if you have an issue, a question, a problem that you need answered, you can always come to us. But now you can also go to investdiva.com, and you got one of the leading experts in the world right there to give you a little advice and counsel also. Any final thoughts before leaving us on your first visit to What's the Deal?
Well, first of all, thank you for the shout out. Again, I totally agree with you. Education, education, education. No matter who tells you what. Even if I tell you, hey, go buy Bitcoin right now, you got to know your risk tolerance. You got to know where you stand financially and where you want to go before you invest in anything, let alone cryptocurrencies. And I'm really excited to be on your show next time. This is really fun.
All right, well, we'll check back in with you very soon. Keep us abreast of any great things that are going on with investdiva.com. If you're watching at home, you want the simple breakdown on what's happening in the cryptocurrency world, go out there and get Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies. You're watching What's the Deal? It's the show that doesn't kneel. We've been in Florida for the last couple of weeks. Frankie brought you some of the best stuff with Roger Stone, never seen before footage. And don't forget, friend of the show, Roger Stone, is under federal indictment. And if you want to help him fight for his case and his cause, you can go to stonedefensefund.com. And if you want to know anything about cryptocurrencies, go to investdiva.com or get the book, Cryptocurrency Investing for Dummies.